What up? What up? What up? It is Rec League Podcast, man. It is episode number 37. My name is Randy Little. I am the host of this here said podcast. And this is like a bittersweet episode. It's like I don't exactly know what it is. Cause I could every 2 weeks I could get homies together and we could just talk about history, movie history, sports history, hip hop history, and that actually might be what we do just to keep the show live, just to keep the show going. But TV shows have shut down production, movies have shut down production and got delayed. So there's no current theaters are closing. There's no current movie news. The sports world, like that Oklahoma City Thunder Utah Jazz game, it hit the fan, and then the sports world just ceased. So there's no current sports news aside from the NFL like acting like everything's gonna be copacetic by September, and then albums, like that's the thing about hip hop. Like hip hop don't stop. Hip hop don't stop. Albums still come out. So we could talk about new albums, man. Like I know it says Jay Electronica behind me. I was able to spin it one time, so I'm not gonna talk about Jay Electronica because my boys became unreachable. And it's like what I want people to hear and listen. Like this virus doesn't care, you know what I'm saying? Like let's say it had a mind of its own. This coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't care about your race. It doesn't care about your gender. It doesn't care about your job. It doesn't care about how much money you got. It doesn't care if you worship. It doesn't care if you pray. It doesn't care who you voted for. It doesn't care who you let in your bedroom. Like we all got to come together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the government responded. Like I don't want to get too political. I be trying not to get political, but like measures are being taken now. It's like it's one thing if the government was just like fuck it, just like let's let the world die off. Like all the rich white people was just like fuck it, like let's let the coronavirus just kill off the poor people and it's more for us, which is probably what they wanted to. And if Trump is trying to cut everybody a check to get through this tough time, and the House and the Senate and whoever has to approve it don't want to do it, like come on, like that's not on Trump. And I don't even care about politics like that. But I'm saying like it could take me out, it could take you out, our loved ones out. Like we all got to come together, support each other, stay away from each other for as long as it takes this thing to die off. And hopefully, because what I heard was 12 to 18 months. Hopefully, I don't even know what's like a reasonable, realistic time for life in the world to get back to normal. But man, like it's weird, and like the whole virus consumes this episode. Like it's the driving force behind two of the topics, two of the segments on this episode, man. So before I get my guys Nick Goodman and Eric Sigmund on, we'll keep it some sort of norm, you know what I mean? On Blu-ray and DVD, obviously not theater. I'm not gonna do theater, but in between the last two episodes, man, Bombshell came on Blu-ray. Charlie's Angels, Spies in Disguise, Uncut Gems came out. The Tuesday after that, the Black Christmas. Is it a remake? I didn't see it. I heard it was absolute trash. Came out. Jumanji: The Next Level came out. Richard Jewell, Superman: Red Son came out. Within the next 2 weeks, because like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a show until things get back to normal. I might, but it'll just be like a collective, like what y'all want to talk about. Like what y'all want to talk about within history. 1917, The Grudge is about to come out. And Mr. Robot, I think the final season is coming out. And then Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker comes out in 2 Tuesdays. So yeah, when I come back, I'll have Nick Goodman. Eric Sigmund, and then like halfway through, another homeboy that's been on the show before it comes on. And if Pizzle with sports, my guy Orlando. We gonna talk about how the sports world shut down. We gonna talk about NFL free agency, and then obviously I got some bars for y'all. And to wrap it up, I'm gonna talk about that Jadakiss Ignatius album, Rec League, baby. All right, we gonna try to copy and paste some type of symbolism of what a movie segment could be, cause I don't know going forward how I'm gonna put an entire show together. Like we could talk movies until we pass out, but sports and hip hop, you know what I mean. I just want to talk about how the virus has affected the movie industry for real, because last episode, No Time to Die had already been moved. Like MGM was ahead of the game. Whoever made the call to move it was ahead of the game. They moved it back to Thanksgiving, and then Universal moved Fast and Furious 9, and then I don't even know exactly how all the dominoes fell. Because by now, Black Widow's moved, New Mutants has moved, The Quiet Place Part 2 didn't come out this past weekend, Mulan, and they're all like to be determined, you know what I mean? As soon as the world can get back to some sort of normal, I'm sure they'll come out and reschedule everything. And then this past weekend, though, Universal tried to soften the blow a little bit, because I don't know for how long. I don't know if it's like you rent them and they're available for 2 days, or if they're just available for 2 days, and if you miss them, you miss them. But they, on VOD, there was Invisible Man, The Hunt, I don't know why those are the only two that come to mind, but then when Trolls was supposed to go to theaters, it's gonna be available on VOD. Yeah, like Nick was saying off wax, Minions got moved, stepping on our whole animation podcast. Eric, man, how did you react? What do you think about everything that's gone down?
So in the long run, I'm curious about the state of movie theaters, how it's going to affect, because streaming is already doing great. It's going to do better than ever now, be it VOD or just your regular Netflix. But yeah, it's real out there and it's crazy. But me personally, I'm not ready to pay $20 for to rent. You know what I mean? But it's a choice. You know, if you want to watch them, you can, because we can't watch them anywhere else. So thank goodness I saw Invisible Man already.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess we'll circle back to it. I guess the state of the industry as a whole. But yeah, it's just like a state of shock for everybody. We can't, especially us.
Yeah. Because it was like they would hit different numbers. Like it would be no more than 100 people in a gathering, no more than 50 people in a gathering, no more than 10 people in a gathering. Mm-hmm. Then the dominoes started falling. Like all the theaters was closed, and we was getting these emails. We're gonna do our best, and we're gonna give all our employees the guidelines. And I went to the movies when Bloodshot came out and when The Hunt came out, and like I had my Cinemark like discount bucket and cup. And they handed me like regular bucket and cup. They was like, well, we don't want to touch it, and I mean, whatever, man. Just give me a lid for my cup, man. And then, so yeah, like, we gonna get stir crazy.
They still gave you your discount, right?
Yeah, for sure. They charged me for my stuff. So yeah, all the theaters closed, man. Nick, I know you miss it.
Yeah, it hasn't really hit because it's only been like a week. Because I went to the theater last week too, even though everybody was like giving me funny looks in the theater, like they weren't in the same spot that I was.
You're in here too.
They were just like, hello, and I was like, hi, one for The Hunt. Like, at the end of the day, it's good. Right now, like talking about just now, this little, few week period, it's good to close things. It's good to just discourage people from going outside.
Yeah.
So if I want to put the movies on demand or whatever, now it's great. Like, I don't care. I'm like, that's good deal. I can watch Emma for $20. Thank you, Universal. That's great. It's fine now. It's just kind of like, to me, it's like the uncertainty, I think, is worse almost than, having to stay inside or like not being able to do anything. It's like that kind of like, James Bond moved to November. And I'm like, shit. All right, we'll wait a few more months. But then it's like you start canceling the movies and it's like, we'll figure out when we'll put them out. And I hate that. It's like the uncertainty. It's like, well, I hate that. I'd rather have them on demand and like be able to watch them, or I'll give them my money if it's a movie I care about.
Yeah. And see, that's
what right now. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to get into. Like the ones that's on demand, like I think like, and everybody's trying to like label Onward like a box office bomb. Like Onward was in the buffer zone of there's a virus out there, but not enough people are taking it that serious, but enough took it serious enough to not go see Onward opening weekend. And it's either on demand now or it's on demand on the 31st, and then like the first Friday in April, it's gonna be on Disney Plus. And then it's like you gotta look at what moved. Like No Time to Die moved, and then Fast moved, and then Mulan, Black Widow, because these aren't going to streaming. Like Disney needs that international box office, and I think that's why we're not going to see those movies. That's why they're to be determined. And then I've heard that this might last like a year and a half. Like this madness could last like 12 to 18 months. And like that's no new TV, no new movies, like Wonder Woman to be determined, Soul to be determined, Tenet to be determined, the next Halloween, whatever's coming out Christmas and award season. So that's gonna affect everything, like, cause you can't, like, they can't start like filming the Batman until all this clears up, so that's not gonna make next June. James Gunn said he's editing Suicide Squad, so that might be ready, but it's not gonna come out when it's supposed to.
Yeah,
and then it's gonna be a ripple effect for all of us nerds. Nothing's gonna come out. We're not gonna be able to see it. It's not gonna come out on Blu-ray, and we're all just gonna go mad.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man. I'm trying to be like upbeat. Be like, look, right now it's great. Everyone stay inside and just watch our movie. It's like the next year and a half is going to be hell, absolute hell for all of us.
But
I heard somewhere that Mission Impossible resumed filming. I read it in the news.
Well, like in Christopher,
it was one of the first things that I saw stop filming because of it. It was filming in Italy, and it said something about the coronavirus, and I was like, really? That's kind of weird. That was like a couple months ago. But I read somewhere that it resumed filming, and was it The Crown? Like one of the TV shows, like finished filming the production on their current seasons.
I'm going to assume Mission Impossible started filming again with green screen in Christopher McQuarrie's basement.
Maybe that's it. Tom Cruise doesn't do green screen though.
No, he does his own stunts. He got injured on the last movie.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you all this. I know there's about 45 minutes away from me at the most. There's a drive-in. Any of you have any?
No.
I have one in Goochland, which is another funny name.
Yeah, I'm about to say your goofy-ass Virginia names.
I've never been there. I've actually never been to a drive-in theater. I don't know if I'm going to start now.
Drive-ins are fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if they play the cards right before everything gets mandatorily shut down, that could be good business if people just have to get out.
Yeah.
Because we have the traditional double build, drive-in type thingy, and watch a hatchie.
Just keep the Purell on deck, keep the windows up, put your radio station to whatever the drive-in says, and
bring your own stuff.
Yep.
And they charge per car. Back in the day, they used to charge per person in the car. But
hide your homies in the trunk.
Oh man, but now it's when they all win. I'm saying win, confident when all of this blows over. There's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Not just in entertainment, what we're talking about, but just overall travel and just general living. Because you know what? It's not a blame game. It's just a truth type of thing. I take it all of us have been to the mall in our lifetime,
What's a mall?
and
What?
and the mall is probably the number one place to people watch. You know, just glancing and seeing what's what there. And when you notice the stuff, there are some nasty people in the world.
I was about to say, people are nasty. Not even know where you were
Yes.
going.
I mean, if you look at this, even before this blew up the way it did a month ago, or around when Bad Boys 2 was like in its third week or whatever, my local AMC, somebody posted a video of a big ass rat this climbing over the seats like the jungle gyms, and yeah, AMC. I'm gonna put you on blast. The AMC in North Texas, and no, there's plenty of North. The AMC in Arlington, Texas, at the Parks Mall. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. It's the only movie theater I go to that doesn't have leather reclining seating. It still got the old school cloth joints.
Mm-hmm.
They got one Dolby Cinema. That's the only premium theater. Even the IMAX theater, the IMAX, has the cloth seatings.
You.
But no, it's and theaters like that I think are gonna be in trouble. You know, they were already in trouble.
Can't really
But
spray
yeah.
those down.
Yeah, but all of this could have been prevented, just basic, I guess, hygiene, washing your hands. And how many times you all been to a bathroom at a restaurant, a public place, you see some nasty person now washing their hands. Then what are they touching before they leave the bathroom? You know, and then you got to go out. It's like the Aviator. You stand by the door till somebody else come in to dip out. Yeah, and all of this is just, and then you got the spring break knuckleheads in Florida.
Oh man, those dumbass kids. It's
That's
like
the funniest thing in the world, though, because I was like any other thing, like outside of a pandemic or whatever, I would love that attitude. Like the guy's just like, he's like, if I die, I die, but it's not gonna stop from part. And like any other thing happening, I'd be like, yes, bro, like absolutely, that's great. But it's like you look at it, it's like, but you might actually die, though.
Right.
Like, a bunch of people are gonna die.
Yeah, and
So
then
I'm
it's
kind of torn with that.
being misinformed. It's the people, I'm young, I'm 21, my immune system is great, but you can still pass it even if it doesn't affect you. That's why it is where it is right now.
And it's like, on one hand, I want to be that super asshole. Like, I hope they get it. But then it's like, I don't want anybody to get it and die. That's fucked up. But,
Right.
But if these stupid ass kids catch it and don't feel anything from it, they'll just be even more ignorant. It really was nothing. I caught it and didn't feel anything. Spring break.
He gave it to 15 other people, though.
I just want to get drunk. Nothing's gonna stop me from having a good time.
Yeah. But oh man, but yeah, it's and think about, say all of this goes away, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you get what do you call it? The cure, or I'm looking for a specific word. It's brain farting.
Yeah.
Antidote?
Vaccine, there you go. We get a vaccine, so couple of months, like who's gonna take the biggest hit industry wise? And I'm not just talking about movies. Think about because supposedly the source of the virus is China. Supposedly,
McDonald's, Panda Express.
No, so imagine if the U.S. doesn't want to do the type of business it was doing with China anymore, shipping. So
where are we gonna get our toys made?
Yeah, well, imagine if they bring it over here. Now think about this: what if China wants to be petty? And what's the biggest movie market?
China.
You know what I mean? And they could do something silly like, okay, we don't want your movies and this and that. Then the whole movie industry collapse. It's a bunch of scenarios that are possible.
That's even more negative than what I was saying with all the delays and of the
Guys.
happiness.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying the best we can, but these are unfortunately
Don't kill movies.
realistic.
Guys, Trolls is coming out, guys. It's gonna be great. Trolls World Tour. It's gonna be great. We're all gonna enjoy it.
Trolls Infinity
We're all
War.
together.
Hopefully, but man, it's
Christopher Nolan typed something out about the importance of the cinema. I didn't read it, but when Nolan speaks, you pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and trust me, I want theaters to stay forever. It's just something about, I don't give a damn if you have a 100-inch screen TV at home, the best Bose home theater you can have. It's just something about that theater experience that's priceless.
I was telling my wife that like my wife stays busy. She's just got a hectic schedule and sometimes can't make it to the theater. And I was just telling her how dope the theater experience is. That I think I might have liked the Cloverfield Paradox more than I did if I got to see it in the theater.
Yeah, is the convenience nice? Nick, stupid. Yeah, it is. But still, it's watching.
I'm part of the minority that didn't hate the Cloverfield Paradox.
Like I would use it as far as the Cloverfield movies. The first Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Paradox were great on big screen.
10 Cloverfield Lane, sir.
Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
J.J. Abrams needs to be at home right now getting his inspiration for the 4th movie from what's going on today.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they a lot of these streamings, well, Netflix are gonna score. I mean, because think about this, what is it? The Love? I keep forgetting the name of this movie. Easter. What's that? The Lovebirds.
I was gonna let them die.
But no, that movie is not gonna be a gigantic. It wasn't gonna be a gigantic hit, but still, it would have made. What do y'all call it? 9 million over the weekend if it got released.
That shit was going for like a 13 million opening weekend.
Yeah, and that's decent for that type of movie, right?
I think so.
And now it's nothing. Even if the stuff resumes regularly, it's not going to theaters at all. That movie theater takes a hit for that. And those little movies like that count. Like talking about Issa Rae, The Photograph.
Yeah.
Those movies, that's a $4 million, $5 million budget movie, but it made $25 million.
Dude, I was thinking like super geeky about it. Like what do the deals look like? Like if I was to buy The Invisible Man, like say we were all gonna buy The Invisible Man on VOD. We pay our cable bill, and then does that $60 just go to Universal?
Yeah. How it normally works, well, I guess because it's streamlined, it's considered to be home video in a home market now. So I guess that's a good point. How does that get divided?
There's got to be a loophole since this is a just unnatural circumstance, irregular, or whatever the word is.
Because that'd be very unfair if Universal just pocketed all of that. I mean, yeah.
There's got to be some kind of Marvel Sony cut.
Handshake deal.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Lee Winnell made a handshake deal with DirecTV and Vudu.
Yeah. And that's crazy because I don't know. Were we recording when you mentioned the 2020 popcorn bucket?
Do you not pay attention to what I say?
Was there?
Yeah.
But no. Think about that too. Like I was using the Lovebirds as an example. So you got the ticket money. Then people that want to go see that, they're going to most likely go to concession. That's more money for the theater, And concession is the largest part of movie theaters' money. They only get 45% of what the movie makes.
No shit.
So it's a lot to think about and plus theaters were already, I wouldn't say in trouble, but streaming is nipping at the heels with all these big directors going to streaming. You got the Peter Berg, Mark Wahlberg movie just came out.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers at all. And Martin Scorsese, Michael Bay, all these big directors going over. Ava DuVernay, and now this.
See though, I think I think
Now the
Scorsese had to put The Irishman on streaming. Cause
Oh,
no studio wanted to front a 3.5 hour movie because it was gonna get like 2 showings a day.
Right. Yeah, and that's just the thing. And that's just the thing about that. That's just my point. Filmmakers have more creative freedom. You know, like forget a movie theater. I could get the movie I want to make seen. Period.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about that. And what is it? Six Underground, a Michael Bay movie. It's just like like they filmed an idea. I don't even think they wrote a damn screenplay.
No, there wasn't one.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man. I watched that like watching it. It's like, man, Michael Bay. But it's like, you're a fan of Ryan Reynolds. You want to see if he can just like up the quality of the movie,
right?
And he tried, but he didn't.
And it's like I said, I was talking to somebody. That movie should have been Deadpool 3, like tone and quality. Michael Bay is the director and Ryan Reynolds. And in my opinion, the movie is, you got to be fair. Michael Bay is not a great director of stories, of characters. He's a great director of action.
You didn't like Transformers The Last Night?
No.
Okay, me neither. That shit was boring.
No, it was just, it was 2 hours. The movie felt like 5 hours. But yeah, Six Underground, the first action scene, as much Bayism as it had, was decent. And then with minor spoilers, the magnet scene toward the end was cool. But that's it.
All right, let me see. My man just saw his alarm. I ain't ever done this mid-episode before, so we gonna see how it goes.
Let's see.
I mean, y'all could keep riffing.
So we're about to speed this whole thing up.
You're gonna hop in. Uh-oh.
What's up, baby? There?
Up, hold on. I am trying to get some good lighting over here.
My man just woke up. He said his alarm didn't go off. Ruined the whole podcast. Appreciate it, Alex. Can you see us?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, you got Eric with the cool background. You got Nick with the plain background. You got to cut your camera on.
I'm just gonna wing it. The side of my bed. Don't mind the bed head.
All right, man. No nudity on the podcast. There we go. And like we was just talking about how like all the movies got pushed back and how everything was affected, man. But you work at the theater here where we live, in the town we live in. And I wanted to get like the perspective from, you know what I'm saying, from the theater, you know what I'm saying? How did it all break down from your side?
Well, it was really hard to control because the whole situation was kind of like, how do you say? The whole thing happened as, you know how the refills work over there, right?
The refills? Like concessions? Yeah.
All right, so
y'all was super offensive. I was telling these dudes, y'all wouldn't even take my cup and my popcorn bucket.
Yeah, like they were like, no, man, we don't want to touch it, man.
Yeah.
So like, they did that. They would do that with your refills on the annuals.
Yeah.
And with the cardboard cups and the cardboard tubs, instead of refilling them right off the back, we would just like, give you guys a new tub and cup,
Don't y'all like keep accountability for how many get sold and all of that? Is the theater losing money from all of that?
I would say we really are. I'm pretty sure we are, because not only is it like wasting product, but at the same time, like, it was just a mess, man. We had a lot of complaints. People were being offended,
Yeah.
And
I believe it.
We even took off the assigned seating.
Yeah.
That we had just barely put on too, because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of the whole fact that like, instead of just having people walk in and like choosing their seats, we had to tell them, if you guys want to be comfortable and not get sick or sit next to people who are sick, we're just gonna take up assigned seating, and again, people got offended.
Was that like management's call, or did that come from like way above?
That was from corporate.
Corporate, that's the word I was looking for. Cause like me, like if I'm going to like pick the seat I want to sit in, I'm not gonna pick a seat right next to somebody else. That's just the way I think about it.
Yeah, but I know where you sit. You sit in the very back.
Yeah, I
all
sit
by
in the very
yourself.
back. Yeah.
You
But,
can
like-
expect Randy to sit in the very back when I'm in the corner.
Yeah.
Good spot.
So
When,
what's
like,
this? This is the AMC theater?
Cinemark.
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 So like when No Time to Die got moved, and then like Fast 9 got moved, and then more and more movies started getting delayed and pushed back. Like, how did that affect everything? Was it like did corporate have to come down and say like we're closing and everything? So I saw the post on Instagram, and then, I don't know if that was like y'all official last day or anything.
Yeah, we had to push everything. Like since they pushed everything back, and I know they even canceled Minions halfway through the movie. Like production just canceled like halfway through. So
Yeah, like the virus was like too close to the studio, and they had to make the call to like stop working on it.
yeah, basically because the whole fact of the matter is that I'm sure that they're just concerned. You see, the thing is though, AMC fired all their employees.
Damn.
Oh.
All their employees, every single one of them, even the management and everything. Cinemark, they laid back all their employees.
So when the smoke clears on everything, y'all still have a job.
Exactly, yeah. So we just all got laid off until further notice.
That's
until
good.
this whole thing is all cleared up, we can go back.
Yeah.
You'll be
So they
expect- you
didn't
can
give y'all
expect-
a severance? Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
That's okay. I'm just saying you can expect me back in the box office very soon, hopefully.
Cool.
Very
Hope so.
soon.
Actually,
Next
I have a
August.
friend who is a manager at an AMC theater, and she was like talking recently about getting a new job, and I never put two and two together. So I never really heard anything about them actually losing their jobs.
If you only cared to ask.
Damn.
So basically, your employment is on pause.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So they're not paying you. They didn't give you because Kohl's, the department store, they gave everybody a 2 weeks pay afterward.
Yeah, we got one more paycheck coming in. They're gonna give us 1 extra week of the minimum time that we would make. So, yeah.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. Imagine being an independent contractor through all this. Like but yeah.
All of y'all. I didn't even hear the joke. Like all of y'all froze.
No, I'm just saying. Imagine being an independent contractor, like somebody who's talking.
I remember.
But yeah,
Candy Cane, Rusty Nail. Rusty Nail is making a killing right now.
stupid.
I'll tell you, hey, truck drivers are the ones that's getting the supplies to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
right now we owe like all our like respect to the truck drivers out there because they're the ones really giving us like what we need. You know, the truck drivers out there are like actually pushing through all this mess.
They got to get that toilet paper to the grocery stores.
Yeah.
What I was saying, am I the only one that's still at work? I'm a receiving manager at a retail store, and we're considered essential because we have kind of like a small health and beauty section that has like medicine and baby wipes and all kinds of stuff. So I've just like, I don't know. I've just been going into work every day for like the last week. Everybody's just home. They're like, oh, what am I going to do in my living room today? And I'm just like, can't relate at all. Like, I'm just like at work.
Good man. Like, at least you're still making money, and at least you're still getting customers. You know.
That's true. We're not getting that many customers. That's the thing. We're getting like 3 customers a day, and they're coming in there like coughing. I'm like, this is great. I'm glad I'm here and not anyone else. This is great. I'm glad I came in.
Squirting people with hand sanitizer as they walk in.
Yeah. It's like disinfectant. I'm like, good morning.
So, Alex, before y'all totally closed down, what were y'all they're like upped precautions where y'all taking for the auditoriums and concession and all that, like sanitizing. Just after every showing, you.
After every showing, okay. So I felt really bad for the ushers because I was basically like, I was always box office, so I never really knew what was going down.
He had in work quarantine.
If you're, yeah, I work quarantine. There you go. Anytime any usher was already ready to clean a theater, if you had a theater with at least over 60 people, they had to wash the seats individually.
Mm.
If you were just one person, that would have been a big problem.
Yeah. Now, does your Cinemark or does it have an XD theater?
I believe we do. Yeah, with a 3D, right?
Yeah, the big one.
Either 1 or 8 if it has one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Wait, no. It says no. It's not. The company does have XD. Our tent did not have XD.
Mm.
Yeah, it was just a regular Cinemark. It was a small little theater.
Right, because the XD theaters are huge.
Oh yeah, no. People always think we have like elevated seating, but it's just like a flat little.
Yeah, it's flat. That's how one of ours is.
I've explained the horror stories.
Oh man. No man, it's never been this. It's never been that bad with the whole cleaning before up until now. Mm-hmm. But I feel like once we reopen, it's gonna be worse than Endgame.
I actually don't think so. I think it's gonna take a few weeks. Like people are still gonna be cautious.
Oh yeah. But once we get back, because okay, think about it this way. I say it's gonna be worse than Endgame because not only did we push back all our films, a lot of films are going to be pushed back 1 week after the other week after the other week after the other week. It's just going to be cluttered, like a mess of movies.
I imagine like for example, like Black Widow got pushed back. Say like best case scenario, like September, we can all gather again and get back to normal. So either like sometime in October or September, like Black Widow is going to drop. Does Eternal still hold November, or do they try to like reshuffle everything to try to like keep pace and keep like Shang-Chi in February, Doctor Strange in May, Thor 4 in November? Like, or is it gonna be like so tight that their movies are gonna like Disney's gonna lose because they're gonna have so many movies stacked on top of each other that don't have enough breathing room to get that box office?
I'm pretty sure it's the latter. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to put them back to back. But I feel like I feel the ones that are out to come out later on, I feel like they're gonna have no choice but to push them back till next year.
Yeah.
So maybe Black Widow may not be able to make it this year, but maybe next year.
Yeah, like worst case scenario, Black Widow ain't coming out until next September.
Yeah.
Good times.
Not if I can't go to the movie for a year and a half.
Man, Trolls is going to be on demand, guys. We're going to be fine. It's going to do amazing. And then they're going to put all the movies on demand. Troll.
That's crazy because they are releasing a lot of movies already for digital.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. And as I was talking to one of my boys yesterday, and like Wonder Woman, like y'all was saying before we hit record, Wonder Woman was rumored to go straight to digital and just forego the theater. And again, like we were saying, like Wonder Woman is one of those like that need the big international money, so I ain't never think it was gonna go down. But if Warner Brothers like wanted to like find a way to like get it out when it was supposed to come out, just drop that shit exclusively on HBO Max. No Vudu, no DirecTV VOD. Don't rent it. Just put that shit on HBO Max. Make people subscribe to HBO Max if they want to see the movie. And then that's like I don't know. That's a hustle.
Yeah, ever since I got rid of my cable, I totally almost forgot about HBO.
Yeah, but the average household now has a pair of streaming, like if it's Netflix or Prime, or if it's Disney Plus and Netflix, or Disney Plus and Prime,
Or a Fire Stick.
yeah. Hey, there you go. Yeah, it's a cable alternative. Most people aren't doing a cable thing.
Yep.
My mother.
But yeah, and then you have the underrated free streaming services like Pluto TV and Zumo.
Yeah.
Crackle.
Cinemark even had an ad for Pluto, and I thought that was pretty funny.
It's crazy, but yeah. So
That Quibi is about to come out.
the Quibi, I
Is that
saw
the
that
one?
around.
30-second video thing or whatever.
Is that
I
what it
don't know.
is? Because my boy was telling me about some show with Dane DeHaan that he like walked up to a mansion. He got picked up with this chick that was driving an Uber, and she was talking about how cool his mansion was, and he was like, "That's not my mansion. I just shot the person that opened the door." And it sounds cool, but I'm not trying to pay no $5 a month for that shit.
Sounds like the best thing ever, and I would pay $1 million for whatever that was.
Fuck paying $1 million. Break me off some of this quarantine relief money since you got $1 million.
Maybe you guys don't know about Quibi. I don't like. I've seen the commercials for Quibi,
I don't even know how to say it.
but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing things, and they're like, "Oh, it'll only take me less than a Quibi,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "What does that mean?"
This is
No.
this is not
And,
what Don Draper died for.
And
Gotta
let's
find
let's
out,
not
like-
forget, what is it, Apple Plus TV, their new streaming that they're banking, well, no pun intended, they're banking their first big movie on, The Bank Job.
Jason Statham.
Fun. But
Yeah, it's
And we got Disney Plus with The Mandalorian and everything else they have.
I've been watching 90s
there's
Spider-Man
so
on there.
much. There's so much on Disney Plus. I feel like now is the perfect time to remind people. Like a lot of people kind of fell off Disney Plus after The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Good time to remind people there are so many things on Disney Plus that like you like they don't really come up on your screen. You have to search for
You
them.
gotta
Like,
search, right, it's
it's all on there. Like
mhm.
Meet the Beatles with Paul Walker is on Disney Plus. That movie didn't even get a DVD release. And like the
Really?
Black
Wow.
Cauldron, like that movie's never got Blu-ray, and it's on there in 4K.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's during Disney's Dark Age. Black Cauldron.
Disney, what are we doing? The 80s were weird for
Right.
animation as a whole.
I heard the whole
But-
Disney Vault was available.
Yeah, like it's all like everything is on there except for Pepper Ann.
But that's a good point that Nick
Right.
makes. They probably have to change out, I guess, the layout or their whatever it is, because you really got to go digging.
Yeah,
It's movies in there that I didn't think were there.
Yeah, it's like if y'all
I
out
was
there
like,
listening,
no way, it's Meet the Beatles.
if y'all out there listening or watching, and there's something you grew up with, Disney probably put money into that. So if you look it up on Disney Plus, you're probably gonna find it.
Under Wraps not on there though.
Which
Everybody
one?
looks for the Disney Channel movies. Under Wraps isn't on there, but Don't Look Under the Bed, which Disney Channel doesn't play anymore, is on there because it was too scary for kids. Anyway,
When,
this is Disney Plus ad.
When they released Black Panther, like literally about a month ago, I believe,
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, dude, I can't wait to finally watch that at home because, you know, I love Black Panther.
Yeah, well, technically it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix is still holding a couple of Disney movies hostage. Like, they still got Infinity War and something else.
Ant-Man and the
Yeah.
Wasp is still
Yeah.
on there. Solo.
Yeah, so I was trying to. My boy was talking about getting into Star Wars, and I was looking at all the movies that were on Disney Plus, and Solo wasn't on there.
Hmm Yeah, you got to honor that contract.
I just looked for Three Ninjas. I did not find it on Disney Plus.
Oh,
I think
man.
it was Touchstone,
I was
wasn't it?
I'm fine with just watching Rogue One on repeat.
Oh goodness. But yeah, that's crazy. Nick's still going to work. Because I was gonna say, man, we
like,
just
they even cut our like store hours from like 11 to 7, as if you can't catch anything before 7 o'clock. Like, okay. But I'm still good because I have to do like what I have to do. I'm coming in at the exact same time and leaving at the exact same time. So it's like everyone else's. It's like they went as far as to affect everyone else in the store's hours, like but mine and like the other managers. I'm just like,
oh man.
Well, shit, we can get that retail point of view from you then. Shit, like, are y'all rocking like 24 hours a day to keep everything stocked and everything?
no, we're doing the same. Like I said, like we're not like a grocery store or anything. We're looking through every Friday. We get those like health and beauty, like the trucks. We get like 3 or 4 pallets, and they're unloading those a little quicker. That's like really the only difference. Like usually you wait till the weekend and be like, I'll hit the truck later. They're doing those like right as we come in just to double check. But you can really go in and look and see what we're getting. And so if we're not getting any hand sanitizer, which we actually got a tiny box of hand sanitizer, like a few days after that started being a thing, like people buying up all the sanitizer and all the toilet paper. We got the tiniest little box, maybe like 20 little travel size bottles. And so I was like, well, I'm going to take this out and like give it to the front. And it was gone in less than 10 minutes. Like just from people, like not like pretty much everybody that went up and purchased something, like took at least 1 bottle of hand sanitizer with them. So it's like, oh, this is,
because that's what I
you all have a customer limit in the store.
Not to my knowledge, but it's been pretty dead. Like we're like
dead anyway.
I don't want to like name the store. I don't want to put us. I don't know, but it's like there's not that many people in there anyway. Like it's kind of weird. Like it's like quiet. But that's what you get the customers coming up there, like the Karens just come up there and like, it's so quiet here. Is it always this quiet? I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it's like I Am Legend right now. Like you're the only one in here. Look around you. Like,
just the dog.
Yeah, like look around.
I don't know
so
if the Karens was funnier or that voice.
It is just like that though. Like every stereotypical like talk to the manager customer you can imagine comes to my store. But it hasn't been that bad. For a while, it's like people kind of upset that you don't have things. It's like, some of you have no soap whatsoever. And it's like, well, no, you got 10 soaps in your basket. Like, you bought all the soap last week.
Right now, me and Randy are pretty lucky. Our town's been pretty safe so far.
You all live in a smaller town. Like I live in between a huge city and a not so huge city, and
you gonna jinx us, boss?
Yeah. So it's
But yeah, like the HEB around here. What's up?
Does West Virginia still have 0 cases?
I think supposedly every state has a case.
Yeah, I thought it hit at least every state.
But I was like, West Virginia doesn't have any? Like, that seems not right. Seems like they should have a lot, right? I don't know why. I don't know. But it's like I'm right by West Virginia. So I'm like, I just don't know how it keeps growing. It's like Henrico County only had like 1 case like a week or so ago. I was like, oh shit. And now it's like 20. I'm like, thank you. Please come to my store. We're open.
No, I've been stuck in my house for 4 days straight already.
I haven't done anything this weekend. Like, this is the first like 2 days where I've actually come home and like not. And I'm like, well, let me put my money where my mouth is and like actually stay home. And it's actually kind of like maddening. I don't know what I would be doing. I don't know. Like, I have nothing to do. I have plenty of food. I don't have anything to buy. But I'm like sitting here like, I just think it's like that not being allowed to do something, I think is going to a lot of people's
Right.
heads.
You see those IG stories that I posted. It's not too far from that about just the status of the quarantine.
It's like people are doing push-up challenges. I saw Slackers. It's like, do the push-up challenge. Like that's the only like crazy challenge we can do from home now.
No, it's a shot challenge going around too.
We're spelling our name in movies.
Yeah, spelling. Yeah, I did 2 of those 3,
30 seconds.
and I think it's a
challenge.
whiskey shot challenge going around. I don't know if y'all seen that one.
One of those.
People are even replacing one word in every movie title with the word toilet paper.
Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't partake, but I saw it.
Like, try it, Randy. Think of any movie you could think of and replace one word in that title with toilet paper.
The dark toilet paper.
Ew.
Poo.
Toilet paper.
This is gonna be the rest. Yes.
Guardians of the toilet paper.
The day the toilet paper stood still.
Mm-mm.
All I can think of movies with one-word titles like Speed. And I'm just like, oh, toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper too.
Teenage
Toilet
Mutant Ninja
paper
Toilet
2,
Paper.
Judgment Day.
Right.
Toilet Paper World Tour.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, I mean, it's supposedly keeping us sane, these social media games, and I think I mentioned this before you hopped on, Alex. The Netflix party. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and a lot of people are doing that, and of course Skyping what we're doing, and
So far, the thing is, back then people didn't have any of the stuff that we have the power to do right now while they're quarantined and all that crap,
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're further ahead into the future and all that stuff, like we have a lot of ways to keep ourselves entertained. We got video games, we have Skype calls, we have streams, all that stuff, all that jazz. That social media is actually helping in the situation. Despite the panic that people are putting out smarter things like this, basically.
Right. Yep, and as long as we have power, well, Randy has every single movie that came out the last 10 years probably in his collection. And Nick too, god dog it. Nick got like 4 copies of the same movie and VHS.
I still want to see Randy's movie collection and see how big his shelf is.
Oh yeah, the actual. Yeah, we had an interesting combo yesterday, but what's wrong with that? And you see, Nick and Randy, Alex, I did a poll. I said, if you had to Thanos snap one or the other way, which one would it be? I said, all physical media or all streaming. And the all physical media lost.
Mm-hmm.
People said they would rather get a gorilla. I'm like, why? So if you don't have any internet, so much for your streaming.
Yeah, because 2 hours from now, when everybody's trying to stream at the exact same time,
Yeah.
it's so much fun that it doesn't work.
Right, and even with great internet and good, the stuff is compressed anyway. You'll never get the highest quality of whatever you're watching, period. That's just a fact. Like 4K, you get 4K, but it's going to be the lowest quality of 4K you can get.
360.
Right, it's going to be like we get 325. But yeah, it's just like, man. But it is what it is, though.
Streaming is such a second thing to me. Just got been buying stuff for so long that's like people. It's like it's easy to forget that is people's only source of watching anything. It's like when Friends left Netflix, there were news articles about what to do now that you can't watch Friends, and I'm thinking of I've owned Friends on DVD. 15 years. And then I got the Blu-rays. Now that's such an afterthought. I'm just oh, that's lame.
And I tell you, the group that's going nuts about that, it's still another year. But the Office people,
yeah,
like, oh, what are we gonna do?
Same deal. I've owned every season of that on DVD because I'm a hobo, but they did the thing with that where they only release some seasons on Blu-ray and like not the old ones. So it's like I'm not gonna like have my shelf look like that. Anyway, I've got them all. So like that's like if I'm ever just, and plus it's on Comedy Central every day.
Every day.
For like 8 hours. So
you're talking about you're a hobo.
I'm always gonna watch.
You know what? No kidding. But for some reason during the format war, I thought a certain format that lost was gonna win. I got 15 HD DVDs back there somewhere.
I've got like the smallest little handful. I'm actually looking at one. My favorite. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Okay. This is because we're just kind of talking now. So like the 40-year-old virgin on HD had the little flip where like I don't know if you can see it when you open it. It made him shirtless.
Wow.
They never put that on Blu-ray, so I was like, "Well, I'm gonna keep that."
That's a hell of a collector's item. You could probably get 100 for that on
Probably.
eBay.
And I'm not gonna sell it ever.
Nah, don't sell it.
I didn't see anything
Ever.
under the 40-year-old version, just for the record.
What?
You put it up.
Now I don't see the 40-year-old version. There you go.
Open it, and it's him with no shirt. It's the coolest thing.
Mhm.
And they put it on DVD like that, but they never put it on Blu-ray like that. And so I was like, well, I'm going to keep it. Even I can never watch it.
Something. Okay, so whenever you come to all those collections, do you prefer to collect the individual movie sets, or do you prefer to collect the bundle, like the all-in-one box sets?
I avoid box sets at all costs if I can.
It's sort of,
I prefer like the Alien series. If I have them, I want them all individually. I don't want the whole box set in one.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Beverly Hills Cop
It's
3-pack
sort of-
that just came out. Like I have that because 2 and 3 aren't out on their own.
Yeah.
sort of depends. Like if it's a nice box set, like this is the collector's set of this, I'm like, okay, that's nice. I'll buy that. But if it's one of those like combo things where it's like the pictures of the 4 movies on the front and like 4 titles on the side, and, like,
Yeah, like the
hard to
Stone
describe
Cold
it.
Steve Austin collection.
Gross.
yeah, I don't ever buy those. Ever. I would rather
Yeah.
die.
But yeah, usually I guess it depends on if it's a special or collector's edition, because I have the Superman collection.
Yeah,
It has that steel like case or
It's-
whatever.
super nice. You take the box. It's like wow.
Yeah, still I bought that in 06 when it first came out with the defective disc that you had to mail in and get the new ones.
Oh, see, I got the Superman combo pack. Like the little yellow logo kind of pops out a little bit.
I saw
And-
that, yeah.
I got that one.
You take the top off and
Yeah.
the thing is there and you. That's beautiful. I'll buy that all day. Or like if it's like they're doing it with 4Ks mostly. It's like they'll put out
Yeah.
all the movies in 4K in a real nice box. And I was like, okay, I'll buy that. That's pretty.
I
And
thought
we
the,
mentioned James Bond, I think. We mentioned that earlier, and it's something else. They have the one that me and Nick have, the big box one. Then they have the flat one. But they also did something because everybody doesn't like every Bond actor. They have the Daniel Craig collection, the Sean Connery.
Yeah, I would never buy that ever. I was so mad when they put out the Daniel Craig, the 4Ks in the Daniel Craig box. I was like, oh, that's so ugly, but I want it. And then they'll put them out individually, and I spent $20 more. Like, because like the pack was like $40, and I spent like $60 buying all 4 of like them individually. But I don't care. It
Did
makes
you ever
sense
find
to
your
me.
slip covers?
Yeah. Oh, I went to Walmart and yeah, Ocean 11 me some slip covers.
Oh man.
But now I can't watch them, so fuck me. It's like coming out until November. So shit.
Oh man.
I was gonna say, I thought the Men in Black 4K combo pack was cool.
Yeah, it's super nice.
It was.
Yeah. So too bad that last movie.
The last movie really makes it pop on the shelf.
There's only 3
like, wow,
Men in Black movies. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
Will Smith has been in every movie. So is Tommy Lee Jones. There's only 3 Men in Black movies.
Aren't they making another one with the both of them again?
Nah,
Not that I know of.
Nah.
They're not doing anything anymore.
Right at the moment.
No movies are being made.
I'm still curious about nobody talks about this. It's the Schneider cut. Now it's the cats with the butthole cut.
I don't even know what that is.
But nobody asked for if you know the story behind Men in Black International, the version released is technically a producer's cut.
I've never heard of that movie before.
Yeah, F. Gary Gray.
The last movie he directed was Fate of the Furious. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a good movie. But no, he made his cut and producers made their cut and they won out. So somewhere out there, F. Gary Gray's preferred version of that movie exists.
Gosh.
That we'll never see.
It's probably good.
Right.
Really, though?
I mean, you'd be surprised. A little bit of editing.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like F. Gary Gray's weakest movie is probably Be Cool. And that still has some enjoyment in it.
Yeah, and it's still not a bad flick. And he had 2 come out in 1 year because one got delayed, and I think that was A Man Apart.
A Man Apart and The Italian Job.
Yeah, The Italian Job. Yeah.
I actually like The Italian Job. That's pretty.
I love The Italian Job.
Yeah,
I like A Man Apart.
Yeah.
I really think A Man Apart was like Vin Diesel's best movie for like a long time. I was like, yeah, Vin Diesel from A Man Apart. Nothing else.
I'll be very honest. I get tired of seeing him on the screen almost every time I see him.
And then The Pacifier came out.
Vincent Diesel.
Vincent, you don't like Vin Diesel either yelling or his growling?
I don't like him talking.
I don't like his existence.
Right?
Speaking of the Fate and the Furious, between Charlize Theron's whisper acting and his growling acting, oh my goodness.
It was a happy medium. I thought it worked.
Why are you whispering?
It was A Man Apart meets The Italian Job.
Ah, look at you. Oh my God, dog.
And I never got to see Bloodshot, man.
Well, you can.
You can rent it for $20.
Out. You absolutely just really missed out.
Yeah.
It's on demand, or it's gonna be.
Yeah,
isn't it?
rent it.
Yeah.
Rent it for that nice $10 a day.
Basically, like everything that's come out for like the past 4 Fridays has been announced to hit VOD.
Did you see The Invisible Man, Alex?
No, I didn't get to because, well, I was working too much.
Speaking of work, what's y'all discount, if any?
Yeah.
Concessions, we have to pay normal price. Our discount during break is 50% off on everything, and a free ticket and a free friend ticket. So it's 2 free tickets.
So what's that, a month or
anytime you go?
Anytime. All right, that's
shit. I'm about to apply for a side gig.
My friend worked at a Regal theater like back when we were in high school. It was like a long time. He used to get me into free movies, but like he always told me, and I always thought he was lying, but he always told me like the movie has to be like a couple weeks old before you can see it for free. And I was like, that sounds like a lie. And he was just like, no, dude, no. And we were going to see like, it was like stupid movies. It was like, we saw like Nacho Libre and like Accepted, like movies that like weren't big. Like we couldn't go see Mission Impossible 3. Like the manager wouldn't let us for free.
First of all, Nacho Libre is a perfect movie.
As soon as I said the words, I was like, no, wait, no, that's a great movie.
No,
But it was like movies like that. Like we couldn't go see. I think it was Poseidon was the one that I was like, let's go see Poseidon, and he was like, no,
Like,
they
no.
won't.
Sorry, dude.
And I was like, it's gonna be great.
That was kind of a rule here, but that was only for Disney movies. Only for Disney movies.
Walrus Man. Like those are the names on the action figures. Snaggletooth. And later, like in the 90s, when Star Wars started like having like a resurgence in popularity, they like were putting out books and all this stuff like with the names of the species. Like he's a Twi'lek general from blah blah blah. Like, okay. So like George Lucas has never thought of that name. But eventually he will come out and be like, oh, Yoda is a person. And it'll be like, oh, I've known that for decades. It's like, make that up.
Hey, segue time, Nick. We talk about The Mandalorian.
I'm excited.
No, what news? What news recently just happened? Casting news.
Rosario.
I saw that.
Rosario Dawson is going to play Tana.
Since y'all just ruined The
That's
Mandalorian
awesome.
for me, I have no point in watching it.
Oh man, what happened? Oh, shut up.
Randy, you gotta watch it, man.
Yeah,
You gotta watch it.
but no, it's a big deal with Rosario Dawson. First of all, but that was supposedly a big fan casting.
That was so sick.
Yeah, but whenever the hell they get to filming it, but they were filming it, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Didn't they finish?
Yeah, they were close to finish, or because they made an announcement. But yeah, Stranger Things was supposed to come at the end of the year. At Christmas, it's just everything like you said, it's just gonna be a snowball effect. Everything's gonna be right on top of each other, like you said, Alex. It's gonna be interesting. Like every week is a tentpole movie in the summer of 2021.
It's the battle of the films, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this couldn't have happened in January. Like, until like, look, it's gonna last until April. It's like, fuck, we're gonna miss Fantasy Island.
Mm-hmm.
No, but like now it's like, look, it's really gonna start kicking off in mid-March, and it might last through like October. It's like we're gonna miss every good movie the whole year.
Fantasy Island for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's been the first week it's actually affected anything. It's like the first week we didn't get A Quiet Place, and I'm already just like, no, this is so bad.
So am I the only one, speaking of A Quiet Place, who read John Krasinski's his letter talking about he wrote a whole letter, we're taking safety precautions, we're going to pull A Quiet Place, and at the end of it he signed off JK. I'm like, oh, he's just kidding.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my God, you rascal.
Well, I mean, he may not be holding it back, but, the theaters are kind of like, no, we're still going to hold it back, man.
Yeah, Paramount, nah, we need that money. Paramount needs that check.
Mm-hmm.
Paramount already made a decent check with Sonic for now, so I think they're good.
Yeah, Sonic made all this money, and it's still getting the early digital release. Like, they're like, Sonic is zooming to early digital. Like, it's already made, like, all of its money. Nobody's, like, going to the theater now to catch Sonic.
I'm actually happy it came out very good. I'm actually very happy.
Yeah, they,
It's getting a Blu-ray in May.
Yeah.
So everybody saw Sonic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious if they had an original design for Tails.
Sonic was not original. It was based on a video.
I mean, well, yeah. No,
like a
that's
monster,
funny.
like Tails looking like a...
Yeah, I wonder if they had it similar to the original.
Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Sonic.
Hey,
Yeah,
you should have saw it.
Like a real, like a... Yeah, that would have been... He'd had a weird...
My question is, kind of like the Snyder Cut, do you think there's an original cut of the whole movie with the original Sonic design?
I can tell you that. Actually, so you all heard of Corridor Crew?
No.
It's a visual a visual effects company. So it's these bunch of geeks who works at a visual effects company, and they sit on a couch and they critique bad and good visual effects from certain movies. And they did this.
Yeah, Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
They did the Sonic trailer. So basically, they say when they release an effects-heavy trailer like that, everything they show with the visual effects is the only things that are done. So they said basically they did all of that and probably a couple of other half a dozen shots, and they had to do everything over from scratch, which put another $5 million on the budget.
Damn.
So it was probably close to it, but not totally complete.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a half-finished version of that Sonic movie with that horrendous design.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Monstrosity.
And what marketing genius?
Cool.
All right, Michael, what are we gonna put in that teaser trailer? I don't know. We could put the actual Sonic theme music. I don't know. We need something for the children.
I mean,
Gangsta's
I'm friends with
Paradise.
Coolio.
Coolio. Wasn't that already in a movie? It's like, shut up. Put it in.
Yeah, when I think Sonic the Hedgehog, I think Gangsta's Paradise, a 25-year-old song that 99% of the kids are not gonna know.
I mean, I do now.
Okay, you know how YouTube has those like animated music videos that people make just for fun.
Yeah.
Somebody had made one for Sonic where it was like Gangsta's Paradise and all these animated parts from the video games. And someone commented on the bottom, "Thanks for predicting the future, asshole."
Wow. But yeah, they good old Sonic. But good times. Another week.
Do you think that the movie was as good as it is the whole time, and it was just he looked weird?
That's a good
They
question.
went back and actually reevaluated the whole film, and we're like, all right, let's.
I feel like the plot would have still been fun to enjoy, but like it be ear candy, not eye candy.
Yeah, you're like that, except better.
Yeah,
with a plot.
Yeah, we'll see.
I honestly thought they were gonna cut that the child abduction joke that they made in the original trailer.
That was funny. Yeah, that was in the trailer.
Oh, he's in the bag.
I heard a lot of complaints about that, and I was like, oh man, I actually thought that was funny. I hope they don't cut it, and they didn't, so I was pretty happy about that.
PG. That's why he said. I'd be like, that's where the P comes from. It's PG.
Oh man.
Now everything's PG. Frozen's PG.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Right.
Frozen
when I was watching like The Rocketeer and like The Goonies and these movies that were like violent and they were like, you son of a bitch punch.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
80s were it's gonna be a bunch of 35th anniversary movie, like Back to the Future's turning 35. That's PG. Yeah, you cost $300 damage to my car, you son of a bitch. Now I'm gonna take it out of your ass. That's a PG movie.
I got in trouble at daycare when I was real little, right after watching Back to the Future for the first time. When Doc gets shot, spoiler alert, he gets shot and he goes, "You bastard!" I went to
you call somebody you bastard.
I went to daycare the next day. I was playing with toys and like recreating, and I got in trouble for yelling "you bastard" like really loud. But I saw it. PG movie.
But Doc Brown said it.
And 16 Candle showed sight to you know?
Yeah.
Fucking forgot my birthday. Big, he yells. Fuck.
Yeah. Beetlejuice, PG.
Yep.
Nice fucking model, honk.
Poltergeist, PG-13.
Yeah. No, that's PG. That was actually PG.
Was it PG?
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, Steven Spielberg single-handedly invented the PG-13 rating because he produced Gremlins, he produced Poltergeist, and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where a man gets his heart ripped out, was PG.
Yeah.
I love that.
He went to the board and suggested an in-between rating, and the first PG-13 movie was what, Nick?
It was, and I know this.
Or anybody else?
Jaws.
No. Jaws is PG.
Jaws was in 75.
Yeah, that's 75.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay.
Oh, I know.
If I tell you the actor, you'll get it.
It's
probably.
in '84.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's obviously.
And they've recently remade it into some bullshit, but
Karate Kid.
No, because they didn't. No, the Karate Kid remake was good.
I don't think he's gonna get it.
No, I'm gonna get it. We just gotta stay here for a couple hours.
I was just trying to think what Eric would think would be bullshit.
No, the remake was, but the original was decent.
You said it was a recent remake?
Yeah, well, 5 years ago
Red
or
Dawn.
something like that. What's that?
Felt
Red Dawn.
Busters.
Yeah, Red Dawn. Patrick Swayze.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that movie's violent.
yeah, it's a lot of jacked up PG movies, and the protagonist dude ripping his face off.
Yeah, because they're like, well, it's not R. Like, they're not, naked. So they're just like, well, it's PG then.
It's no Midsummer. Imagine Midsummer being PG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, but yes, you bastard.
I went to take. I was like, you bastard. She was like, what did you say? I
Nicholas.
was like, they shot him. I just got in trouble.
I think a lot of Disney films back then were like all the dark animated ones were. I think a lot of them weren't as kid friendly as we really thought they were.
Oh no, that's why they get that nickname. The Dark Age of Disney, Black Cauldron, and there was where Return of Oz was live action, but that was dark.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of the animated movies that came out in the 80s, like, have you ever watched The Secret of Nim?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
The movie's rated G, and it's like PG-13 level, like weird. Like it's rats stabbing each other and like throwing knives at each other, and which I guess.
Did y'all see Watership Down?
Watership Down. It's super fucked up, and it's like PG. It's like, no, oh no.
Philadelphia too.
What one?
Philadelphia, I think it was called. All the cats. It was like a rated G animated movie back then, and like it was like about these cats trying to solve a mystery, but like all these cats are killing each other, and like
Whoa.
the skulls are coming out of their faces and everything. It was pretty bad.
What's the name of this?
It was called Philadelphia.
I haven't heard of this. Write that down.
Cats that came out in December. You're
They
thinking
even remade Watership. They even remade Watership Down into like a CGI kind of show or movie, and they like
cartoony.
They dumbed it down big time in terms of violence. Yeah,
it looked like a kid's. I remember seeing something with Watership. It was like all the heroes from Watership Down are back, and I was like, all of them?
Yeah.
Are they now?
Aren't they all dead?
Yeah, I was like, all of them? No, they're not.
Spoiler,
Watership depressing if you haven't watched it.
A spoiler for anyone watching Watership Down soon. It's everyone dies.
It's faces. I don't think they've ever watched it. They're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's animated movies back then were trippy. The Fern Gully was trippy, man.
Oh yeah.
Fern Gully.
Oh, Fern Gully. You mean the first Avatar?
Avatar.
Yeah.
The last rainforest.
Tim Curry was great in that movie, by the way.
He was. Shout out to Tim Curry.
Man. But I'm really curious what hopefully it's the next podcast that the situation is better. Because, man, this is first half of this Joker was just depressing.
Hey, next podcast, August 2021. We'll be back.
I mean, I'm gonna be free for the next 2 or 3 weeks, man. So
Yeah, I think
None
that's
of us have anything to do.
yeah. But no, it's
So if Randy has any more podcasts he wants to do, I'm more than likely going to be available.
Cool.
I just got lucky that I heard his message dinged, and my phone has a bit of a delay whenever I get messages.
A 20-minute
So I heard
delay.
Just
Well, like it takes a while, man. You have no idea. Like it takes a while for that ding to come up, and I heard the ding. I was like, what the heck? I look at my phone. It was like already like 11, like 20 something or something. I was like, he sent me a message like at 11:07. So I was like, what the heck? And I look at my alarm, and I saw that my stupid phone was on freaking mute for some reason. So I was like, God dang it!
Come on, dog.
So I just jolted up. And I was like, all right, man, just go ahead and call. I don't care if I look like a mess. Look at this. My beard's like all poofed out, man.
I mean, mine too.
Well, one more thing that's hilarious. Even if you're not a fan, you got to check it out. It's entertainment. So the last couple of WWE TV shows, you can look them up on YouTube.
Yeah, see all the like memes and stuff from.
So it's so last Monday was 316 Day, Stone Cold, and he was at the empty arena at the Performance Center, and he says this little like, who wants to make Austin 316 a national holiday? Give me a hell yeah! And the camera actually cut to the empty seats. It was funny. So they having fun with it though, but it's just bizarre to watch. And the WrestleMania is going to be in an empty arena. WrestleMania, the biggest wrestling show of the year of any company.
Not do it.
Didn't they announce that WrestleMania is going to take place in the training facility?
Yeah, Performance Center and the undisclosed location. It's going to take place over 2 nights.
I'm about to say over like a Saturday and Sunday that weekend, right?
Yeah, but like Nick said, that's old man Vince McMahon. So the original WrestleMania was going to be in Florida, and he didn't cancel it. What he did was smart. The governor had to cancel it, but he didn't cancel it because he wouldn't be able to collect his insurance, or whatever. So,
like he ain't got
like
billions.
Nick said, he should just postpone it. Period.
Yeah.
Probably. Everyone's gonna watch it though. Everyone is gonna watch WrestleMania.
Well, this is all going on. I think they should just get all the wrestlers, all the NFL, NBA stars, give them I told my friends this, give them a copy of all the video games they come out in, and just have them stream that as athletes playing themselves. Let's see how that goes.
Oh, wow.
Talking shit.
That's interesting. You have them playing. That's funny. But yeah, it's crazy time. So
yeah, I think that's a solid place to cap it off, man. Drop a comment if you want to YouTube. Hit a voice message if you on Anchor, streaming. And let us know how you stay sane during the coronavirus pandemic, man. When I come back, I'm going to have another one of my homies, and we're going to talk about the same stuff, only with sports. Next up, man, I told y'all sports was on the way. We got the return. He was on the last episode. My guy, O Pizzle, International O.
What up, though?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? I'm hurting right now, fam.
Yeah, I'm hurting. Like, what was it?
I don't know what to do with my life. We were just on the pod. I was just on the podcast, like not even almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Everything we was talking about 2 weeks ago, just down the toilet.
What we were talking about the playoffs.
Yeah, we was talking about the NBA playoffs. We was talking about the NCAA tournament.
No, that don't even matter no more.
Yeah,
man. Like they canceled the NCAA tournament. Like, in what world am I living in that they cancel the NCAA tournament? No.
like 2-3 days after we was on, I think Rudy Gobert caught it. Like they didn't even tip. They didn't even tip. Like the Utah Jazz and Oklahoma City Thunder was like, nope. And then after that, it was domino effect.
Domino effect.
Yeah.
Hey, but just imagine if NBA hadn't, if Rudy Gobert didn't even catch it.
I think eventually, like
eventually, we probably at least would have finished the conference tournaments though.
Adam Silver would have been pressured because the whole world kind of like was just like, yeah, we just gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Everything, yeah.
And so like Adam Silver would have caved, but it's like NBA players caught it, and then the NCAA was like, At first, it was like, we gonna do all of this. We still gonna work, but we gonna work with no fans in the stadium. And then after that, they was just like, nah, because I mean, teams. I mean, you on the bench, you on the court, referees, coaches. That equals up to more than they recommend. People is the limit of people in the same place. So they was just like, we gonna delay it for an unforeseen amount of time. And then the NCAA was just like, no tournaments. And then that's one thing I wanted to ask you. Do you think the NCAA should give like every senior, like red shirt they senior year or whatever, come back, exact same schedules, and let them play again?
Bro, without question. Like they should they should allow an additional increase of roster sizes just for 1 year.
Yeah.
So account for those seniors that were on your team, and then that would be your additional roster spots. So you're not affecting the freshmen that are coming in on scholarship by saying, "Oh, you can't come in now because we keep our seniors
staying back." Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do, because this is definitely the a shitty way to go about things. But you also have to take into effect it's life, man. Like, it's life. But it's different if you're not planning on going to the NBA, or if you don't even think you're going to get drafted and you're a senior. I would definitely want to come back and let's run it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because, I mean, if they're seniors who didn't think they was going to get drafted, and then they eligible to play their senior year over, and they come and ball out.
Yeah. And so, because usually the NCAA tournament is what puts people on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't even heard of CJ McCollum if it wasn't for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Because Lehigh beat Duke and he balled out that one game. You really wouldn't have heard about Steph Curry if it was for the NCAA tournament. Or John Morant for most people. Our true basketball fans knew about John Morant for a while.
Yeah.
But no one knew him first until the NCAA tournament came. So, it definitely puts people on who are not everyday fans, for sure.
No doubt.
But typically, if you're a senior, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you're already at that point, because if you were going to get drafted, you would have went out earlier. So, but definitely the NCAA should look out for its players and grant them that. But in which I think football season might be in trouble, bro.
Oh yeah. I was on my way there.
Yeah, college football season is about to be in trouble because they already canceled the spring games, right?
Yeah.
I'm quite sure they're not having practice. I highly doubt they're having practice. They can't even
there ain't no way.
get on. Bro, so
training facilities nationwide being closed up.
That's canceling. That's pushing back April, May, June, 2 days. Well, not 2 days, but just practice. You got 2 days or camps in July. August is low key. The last weekend in August is really like the first weekend of college football, and then you have the first weekend in September. It's like the big main weekend. We only like 5 months away.
Yeah,
5 months away from that, bro. So I do think, bro, college football and the NFL is in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have a season. We probably will have a season, but it might be a shortened season just due to this, which actually could be good. Actually, could be good because it'll make the games more meaningful and more exciting come December. So instead of you having 12 games, you only have 9 games. Like for college football, like just play 9 your conference games, bro. Just imagine you just play your conference games and then bam. Yeah, so
it's gonna be crazy, man. Because from what I've heard that this could last like up to a year and a half. So we might be looking at just nothing for the rest of the year. But like the NBA,
YouTube.
yeah, straight up. The NBA talking about maybe coming back in May, maybe coming back in June, maybe jumping right into the playoffs. But some owners want to finish the regular season. You can't finish the regular season, have the NBA finals in like August, and then start next season on time. So
no, so what I've been hearing, they've been wanting to even push back the date anyway. So finish the season in August, started back up in December.
Yeah, Christmas Day.
We had Christmas Day,
and then Indy
so
get robbed of the All Star.
What did you say?
And then Indy get robbed of that All Star.
Wait, no, he wouldn't. What would it be?
Every time there's a lockout season or there's a shortened season, there's no All Star weekend.
No, it wouldn't be a shortened season. It'll be a full season, technically.
But then the finals next season would end up in August.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be a shortened season. Like, they'll just move the All-Star game to a different day.
I don't know if I like that. 'Cause if the whole world, like not just sports, but if the whole world is going to reset back to normal, eventually you're going to have to get the NBA to come back in October. So there's going to be one season that's going to have to be compact.
The reason they do that, they want to do that, is because they don't want to have to compete with football during October, November, December.
Yeah.
So you'll have the whole world focusing on basketball, because no one cares about baseball or hockey, to be honest. So you have the whole summer. You don't have to worry about football. Nothing else is on, and so they want to take advantage of the summer, because the season ends in June, and then we have July, August of nothing. And so what they're saying is like, all right, well, we'll push back our day. We'll have games June, July, August, because no one's watching. People are bored out of their minds because there's no football on.
Yeah.
And then once that ends in August, then we got football season. So I think that will actually be better for as a whole, because
that
it gives
sounds
us
dope.
to watch.
I think that affects like Big Three getting their arena dates, and like WNBA getting their arena dates and all their scheduling and stuff too. It's going to domino effect outside of just the NBA, and that's why I wanted Robert on though.
I mean,
because Robert fucks with hockey and baseball, and I wanted his perspective. But at the end of the day, like hockey, the NHL is doing what the NBA is doing, waiting. The baseball think that they're going to just start the season in May, which ain't going to go down.
Yeah. No, baseball, bro. Thank God. I know the Houston Astros are happy.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody.
Shit, we ain't about to get roasted this year.
They're gonna start baseball, and no one else is gonna remember what happened.
Nah,
like
people don't forget.
Like they're gonna remember, not as big. People don't have a big magnifying glass on it now,
especially in LA.
And so, but who even talks about baseball? The only reason we talked about baseball because there wasn't anything. There's nothing else to talk about. Like who? No one. I don't say people don't care about baseball, because there are some diehard baseball fans, but your casual fan does not care about baseball or hockey. So.
Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, like, man, it's crazy, man. Like, I could see the rest of this year going and just nothing. ESPN doing Ocho and WrestleMania replays.
They might as well just do like a 30 for 30 marathon. I'll be down for that.
I'm telling you, they're gonna play sports movies and they're gonna play documentaries that they're doing. That's what ESPN is about to turn into.
I mean, I'm like, I would just go back and play the Olympics.
And when all of this wasn't even that serious, I was telling my wife when it wasn't that serious yet, the Olympics is going to be affected by this.
Oh, Olympics is not about to happen, bro.
And then aren't they in like Tokyo or something? Like they're close to like Tokyo, ground zero. Like they're close to where like all of this like originated from.
Yeah, and then Tokyo, they about to lose the Olympics, bro, because no one's training for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, if the NBA doesn't finish the season, they're not about to compete in the Olympics.
No, yeah. They're not going to release players to go play in the Olympics.
So that's over. So, I mean, it's gonna be crazy, bro. I don't think the world as we know it is about to change, bro.
But then, like, man, we could segue right there, man, because like the NFL, they going business as usual. Like NFL free agency hit. I wanted to get your reaction to a lot of these wild moves. NFL acting like they're gonna be tossing up in September.
We'll see. I mean, hopefully we have everything, taken care of by then. But that's that remains to be seen. So, but NFL free agency has been crazy.
I'm gonna throw a couple names out. I just want to hear what you think. We're gonna start with a little lukewarm Melvin Gordon.
Oh, to the Broncos. That's a good. I mean, I don't say it's a good move. I like the move for Denver. I don't like the move for him because he's gonna be split carries with Philip Lindsay, and so he's the main dude in Denver.
Yeah.
Production wise, I guess it can make his career a little bit longer, stretch out his career if he's splitting carries with somebody. But for him, I like the move for Denver. I don't like the move for him. I'll leave it like that.
Todd Gurley.
Hotlanta. Let's go. Hopefully, man. I've heard like mixed things, man. Like the Rams are putting out bad press about his knees or whatever, and
a word.
Yeah.
That's a little fucked up.
I heard he was like I heard he was a big problem in the locker room, hence why they weren't giving him his play. I like the move, man. If he can make it work in Georgia, he's inside. He plays in a dome. And you don't forget, I mean, you got an extra game in the dome with the New Orleans too, so that's 9 games in the dome.
Yeah,
like that might be much better for him. Don't have to run on a hard surface, on grass. So I like the move for Atlanta because they just cut Devontae Freeman too.
Yeah, true that. I gotta bring it up. I don't like talking about this dude, but I gotta bring it up. Tom Brady.
Hey. What a great move.
Great move. Do you think he was just like one of them like geeky cornballs, like, I'm gonna go play in Tampa Bay because it's got the same initials as Tom Brady? Or do you think like
I thought about that. It's actually cold though.
Do you think he's so high on himself that he's just like I make any team I'm on a Super Bowl contender, so the Super Bowl's in Tampa Bay, so I'm gonna take Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl?
Man, one, I think you have to look at, I heard 18 was a big influence in him going and working with BA. So if you remember, BA was for people who don't know, Bruce Arians was Peyton Manning's first quarterback coach. And he has an assistant that's worked with Peyton throughout the years, and he's over in Tampa as well. So Peyton Manning was actually probably like a big influence in Tom Brady getting up out of New England.
I can see that. Two, because everybody want to talk about rivalry and shit, but Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are actually real tight.
Actually friends, yeah. Which I don't know how I feel about that now either, but we don't want to talk about that. It's okay. But in terms of like people supporting cast, bro, you got O.J. Howard, you got Cameron Brate.
He got weapons.
You got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Like what? I mean, and then the rumor is like anywhere Tom Brady goes is Antonio Brown's following.
Yeah, I heard it. Antonio Brown might get signed by the Bucs next week. Bro,
so just imagine that trio. You cannot double team anybody.
Nah.
It's over. It's over. Like there's no way unless the Buccaneers just have an awful defense next year. There's no way that Tampa's not at minimum going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I won't talk Super Bowl because we don't know how the season is, and then I'll leave. We'll talk about that when we get there, but they're at least making the playoffs. I'll give them that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. You already know the last name I'm gonna throw at you.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. Home team, and I got to get your reaction. Even if you hate it, I need to know.
I actually don't hate it, man.
Yeah.
I actually love it. Because he's a gunslinger. This is his last hurrah, and he's gonna go out and try to get it. Jacoby's a nice backup quarterback, bro. He's not gonna win his games, but he's not gonna lose his games either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like his turnovers are minimal. He did have some really ridiculous turnovers. Like, I remember it was against the Dolphins, and I'm just like, I just can't with this dude. It was the Dolphins where I was just done.
Yeah,
I was done with it.
he might have came back from injury too early, and like,
was that Hoyer or was that Brissett?
oh, I think Hoyer was the Dolphins. I think Hoyer was the Dolphins.
Yeah, but all in all, I like the move to the Colts. It gives us a gunslinger who can throw us. He can stretch the ball downfield, which I don't think we're capable of doing this past year. I do like the trade that we did do though.
DeForest Buckner.
DeForest Buckner. We haven't had a monster on the defensive line since Robert Mathis. To be honest, if I'm, that's like 2013.
Yeah.
That's too long ago. So, bro, who else, man? We got the NFL draft coming up.
Yeah.
So
and they said no audience. They still gonna do the draft, but it ain't gonna be nobody like in the room or nothing.
yeah, so I like that too because if we can see into the draft rooms, that would be cool.
Yeah.
We make phone calls and stuff. So yeah, man, we'll see, bro. We will see.
Was there any moves that I didn't bring up that you want to speak on?
Philip Rivers. I'm curious to see where Jameis is going.
Yeah, Jameis and Cam.
Jameis, yeah. Cam can still play. So we'll see. I don't have any other moves, but uncertainty because people are not able to come and talk to individuals and how that's going to affect the draft now. Because free agency pretty much just knocked out the whole draft. So if I'm if I am a team, like a lot of quarterback situations are already locked up.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's going to be as big as a run on quarterbacks as there usually is because you still got Jameis and Cam on free agency. So we will see how that parlays into the draft.
Then it's like the Chargers or like the Patriots. Like who still needs a quarterback and like who can really like fit into Belichick's system and all that.
Patriots just about to ride with Jordan Stidham.
Think so?
IU. Oh yeah, bro. He can ball. He can ball.
Belichick gonna take the playoffs off this year?
Bro, actually, hold on. 1 second. Let me grab my charger real quick, bro.
No, all right.
I'm on 2%.
Man, we about to lose Orlando. We straight about to lose Orlando.
Okay. Boy, we on 2%, boy. I'm like, hold on, fam. Hold on. All right, we back.
Good?
Yeah, but this man, who else? Who else am I thinking of? Oh, the trades. We didn't talk about trades.
D-Hop.
DeAndre Hopkins to the Cardinals, bro. If the coronavirus wasn't bad enough for Texans right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that pours salt on the wound. Like David Johnson, second round pick and a fourth round pick for DeAndre Hopkins, and he still sent a fourth round pick too.
And
so
with the Niners defending NFC champions, the Seahawks, and the Rams, man, that division is murderer's row now.
That is about to be the gauntlet of death right there.
You know what I mean?
Whoever, and what's crazy, I still think the 49ers are the best team. They have the best defense. They have the weapons on offense. I think they're still the best team. So,
and it's like the Texans trade D-Hop. I love Will Fuller. Dude can't stay healthy though. So who does Watson have to throw to?
and then they pick up Randall Cobb, bro,
That's right.
and he can't stay healthy either.
Nah. So it's like,
And I'm like,
who does?
What was the point of that?
Yeah.
I mean, as a Colts fan, I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
He up out the division, great.
And then the Jags trade Calais Campbell.
I love Baltimore might be a problem, but Baltimore is still going to have the same problem come playoff time.
Yeah.
And that's Lamar Jackson. So, the AFC, like the AFC is Patrick Mahomes to lose.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And it's
I don't think there's any other team. There's no team in the AFC East. People say the Bills are that squad. You know, they picked up Savon Diggs, but
yeah, they're gonna be fun to watch. I'm not scared of the Bills.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not scared of them. They're a good team. They're a B+ team. They're not an A team.
And I think, and the Titans really still only have Derrick Henry.
And Derrick Henry ain't about to sign that contract.
Nah.
They franchised him, so I guess they have until July to work out a long-term deal. But I'm like, you cannot hold Derrick Henry after he did what he did for you all.
Exactly.
Like he's the reason y'all got that far in the playoffs. It was not Ryan Tannehill.
Exactly.
So,
and Ryan Tannehill got paid.
Bro, 118, bro. I'm like, you better hook up Derrick Henry.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. Like, I think all of these questionable moves from the rest of the AFC South. Colts won the division already. Like, it's the Colts division to lose.
We had the division last year, bro.
Yeah, until Jacoby got hurt.
Man, well, we were 0-2 when we started the season though with him, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm happy we got a guy who's not afraid to sling the ball. Like I said, Jacoby Brissett is a good B+. He's a good B player. He's not going to win us games, but he's not going to lose us games. He's not going to put us in position to lose a game either.
Yeah.
We need a gunslinger. We're indoors. Like, we're indoors.
That's what I was telling somebody. Like, the only thing about Phillip Rivers playing for the Colts to me is it's just weird. He's busted our ass for like 15 years, so it's weird seeing him in another jersey, especially the jersey I root for. But whether it's a turnover or a touchdown, he's going to compete.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yep.
I mean, I'd rather know that you give a darn.
Yeah.
About, because he doesn't cuss, so I was like, give a darn. So we'll see, man. Like, maybe Phillip can find success here, but we do need wideouts, though. If we gonna do anything, the Colts need weapons on the outside. T.Y. Hilton is cool, but he's not the same T.Y. We gotta find. I was hoping we would draft a wide receiver in the draft, but we used that pick for Buckner.
Yeah.
So, but there's some free agents out there that might be available. I don't know how that. I'm surprised we don't sign Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, he went to
we have enough, and we have enough cap space. So I just don't know what we have planned, but I hope we don't feel like we're,
Yeah, I don't think Ballard's done.
So, I think they said we have like $25 million left in salary cap space. So we'll see, man. We will see. I wouldn't be surprised if we trade Jacoby Brissett too.
Yeah, I can see it.
But they already said Brian Hoyer went back to Cleveland, to New England.
Already?
Yeah, he already went back. That's his spot.
Yeah.
But he's still playing backup. So I think they're going to ride with Jordan Stidham, bro.
Gosh.
Yeah, so I think, and don't be surprised. I said the AFC is the Chiefs to lose, but do not sleep on Bill Belichick, folks. Like, I went from I hated the Patriots, and it's gone from hatred to respect because they've been in the playoffs dang near for 20 years.
Since I was in middle school.
Bro, since I was in elementary school, they were doing, bro, in 2000, 2001 is when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Dog, in 2001, I was in 4th grade. These dudes have been rocking and rolling since I was in the 4th grade. So I am 28 now, folks, and they still going to championships and Super Bowls. Like, who does that? So, do not sleep on the Patriots.
Yeah.
They are just as dangerous as they were before. I think they're going to show people that Bill Belichick is the reason why. The reasons why they're here. So, man, we will see, bro. We will see. We didn't even talk about Kevin Durant catching the coronavirus either, bro.
Oh man, there's so many NBA players that caught it, man.
And so with that even being said, like for that reason alone, being that is not just contained to this Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, it's like players on the court ain't the only ones catching it. Like KD ain't played all season and caught it.
You got Marcus Smart caught it. 2 Lakers have caught it. 2 unidentified Lakers have caught it.
Yeah.
So I don't even know who the Lakers are. So it's I don't think we're gonna have sports for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute.
Yeah. So who knows, man? I think I gotta hop on my podcast game and talk about some other stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting time. We're living in history. If y'all haven't even realized that.
I hope by now, motherfuckers like take this social distancing shit serious.
Yeah, like I've literally been inside the whole time. I've gone out to the store a few times, but
gotta grab your necessities.
Yeah, but I haven't been doing too much, man. I'm trying to ride this out because I'm trying to get back to my international grinding. But my whole plan just got shitted on.
I bet.
No, seriously, bro. Seriously, I sent in my passport 12 days before they closed, before my last shift at my restaurant, and they I should be having to get my passport hopefully in April, my new passport.
Okay.
And so, bro, we'll see, bro. Like I'm definitely not going to Italy now.
Nah.
My plan was to go to South America. I'm like, honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to travel until like I'm gonna have to wait to travel for like another year. Because I was gonna wait, bro, at least. Because right now it's not the time. So
hell no.
I'm taking L's. We all gotta take L's sometimes.
Yeah, we all gotta take this L until it just dies off.
Yeah. So, but let's just be respectful of each other and just try to not nip this in the bud quick.
Hell yeah.
So we can get back to what we're doing. So
yeah, when that's a wrap for the sports for this episode, man. And usual hip hop. Talk about these couple albums that came out, man. International O. We gonna bring you back when the sports world gets resurrected. It's Rec League, baby.
Thanks.
Yo, it ain't no secret, man. You know I had to do this. You Alicia Silverstone, stay looking clueless. Put your lips where my caboose is. They love the kid. I'm rap Daniel Day-Lewis. Fucking doofus. I'm always on the grind. I hope y'all try and stop. Ain't a fucking thing worse than an inquiring cop. If they ask about Jay, either one of y'all, then I'm silent, Bob. Snoochie Boochies, if they try to shoot me, then the rhymes will stop. I can't even say that I'm trying to stop drinking or rapping. When I put the words in the verse, you know I be snapping. So imagine what'll happen if I'm taking action on these lames that are capping. Look at me, Tom Hanks now, I am the captain, and I be jabbing. They say they got hooks and some punches. I'm hungry with the shit, so I fucking eating all they lunches, and it's scrumptious. I keep fit by doing some crunches, standing tall on you munchkins. Stay rotting hip hop, it's up to me to expunge the fucking fungus. And right quick, I'm gonna close out episode 37 by talking about this most recent Jadakiss album. It's called Ignatius, and it is dedicated to one of the like founding executives behind Rough Riders, if I'm not mistaken. Ice Pick Jackson, and it let me see, Rough Riders A&R record producer Ignatius Ice Pick J Jackson, and he passed away, I guess, in between Jadakiss albums. I had always known, you know what I'm saying? Like I had always been familiar with the name, cause different, whether it's credits in the CD book or whether it's like DMX, Eve, The Lox, Jadakiss, Styles, Chic on a track, Swiss Beats, name dropping, different people, maybe even like Jay-Z, other cats that he worked with, somebody like I've heard the name before, and and this like put a little more light on who he was, and obviously he was important for the careers for Jadakiss and numerous other people, man. But this is it's a 13-track album. It's got features from Pusha T, Ty Dolla $ign, 2 Chainz, Rick Ross, E-Manny, Dej Loaf, John Legend, and overall, like I thought this was a solid album. Like I didn't love it. Like that seems to be like a running trend with like all Jadakiss albums. Excuse me. That there's dope tracks and there's dope bars, but overall the albums are just solid. And I want to say like Hunting Season with Pusha T was cool. For no reason whatsoever, Pusha T has to mispronounce Victor Oladipo's name. To the Victor go to spoils like Oladipo. And it's like, bro, like you could have said Oladipo. As a Pacer